with a melody. You surround me with a song of deliverance from my enemies, till all my fears have gone. I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child.
Everyone is going to speak in this conference, so just be thinking of what you are going to tell us. So we're going to try and give everybody two minutes after the second speaker speak, during the 30 minutes I reserve for the greetings and networking, because we actually come here to learn. Not that they are the most brilliant people, that's why we are listening to them. Just think of how you will contribute to everyone's life here. So be thinking of that before the end of this program. We're going to give everybody two minutes just to say what, contribute on what we are doing today, what we're talking about today. Your own contribution you feel we need to learn. It could be something even outside this topic, something we can take home. So you got 2 minutes to talk to us today, every one of us. So we're trying to be very fast at that. So let's welcome the second speaker.
I just want to say a very big thank you to our organizers of this program. May God bless you richly in Jesus' name, because this is exactly what we need at this time in Malaga. So let's go straight to the topic because of our time. Who is a wife? To start with, for a wife to be successful as a wife, we need to put God first. Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
Every marriage or every wife without God can never be successful, because God is the author of marriage. By putting God first, that is where we draw our strength from. That is where we draw our energy from. Because He is the one that is going to give us the wisdom, the direction on how we, the wife, will live and become a virtuous wife according to the Bible, according to the Word of God. We can find that in the book of Proverbs 31, 10 to 31. After putting God first as a good wife, the next person to put first is your husband. Many of us will find it very difficult to put our husband first. Many of us will put our elder brother first. Many of us will put our pastor first. Many of us will put our best friend first. As good wife, after God in our life, the next person is supposed to be our husband, not even our pastor. Because our husband is the head. The Bible says he is the head. He is the pastor. He is the boss of the house. He is the captain. He is the president. He is the authority of the house. So we learn to put him first by allowing him to take his position in the house. I believe that some of the men that are here, if I'm not mistaken, there is no man that will never be happy seeing his wife putting him first. There is nothing that gives man happiness like seeing his wife putting him first. Seeing his wife giving him his proper place in the home. Seeing his wife giving him his position. I mean, not we, the wife, taking the position of the man or taking the position of the husband in the house. No. How do we allow our husband, how do we put our husband first? By not too much nagging, by not allowing the direction or the detection of other people, using the detection or the direction of other people to direct our home, to live our life with our husband. By allowing him as the authority of the house to take his own position as an authority. That is, allow him to take his place as the husband of the house. For example, many of us, we women will say, right now, this very moment, I am the breadwinner of the house. Right now, at this very moment, I'm the one working. right now you are opportune to be working and the man does not have work at that very time, it does not mean the man should always be going to the kitchen to cook. It does not mean the man should always be washing the plate. It does not mean we have to now begin to command the man. No. We still have to give him his respect. We still have to give him his respect and his authority due to him. Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
A wife is a builder. A wife is a builder. A wife is a builder, in other words, by not allowing a third party into the house. Many of us women, we want to allow the advice of our mother. We want to use the advice of our mother to control our husband. We want to use the advice of our best friend to control our husband. Maybe your best friend has just told you, this is the way I'm dealing with my husband. Because he loves me so much, he is abiding to my rules. I give the order. No. I tell him what to do. No. That is not the quality of a virtuous woman. That is not the quality of a good wife. And I'm telling you, everybody wants to marry a good wife. Even both unbelievers. If you ask them, you like to marry a good wife, they'll say yes. They want to marry a good wife. Both Christians, both unbelievers, everybody wants to marry a good wife, a virtuous woman. So, the way you build your home determines what you will get. We don't allow the advice of our elder brother to control our home, the advice of our friend to control our home. There is something we women we are lacking. That is, maybe you see the outward, the way your friend is living in her home, the way she's doing her things with her husband, and you begin to envy her. Oh, I wish my husband is like this. You begin to compare your husband. I wish my husband is like this. No. Don't envy what you don't know, because you don't know at the back what is going on. And you don't even know the mindset of that sister, or that your friend, or that your brother, of your mother about you concerning your husband and concerning your marriage. You don't know their mindset. Never allow anybody, no matter who, to come into your marriage. Don't use the advice of anybody. If it's wrong, but if it's right, the one that can help you, fine and good, you can use it. But if it's wrong, don't you ever use it. In short, once you marry, you're supposed to stay away from bad friends. Once you get married, stay away from single girls. Because most of them have nothing good to offer. That is, a wife is a builder. Now, the next one says, a wife is a keeper. A wife is a keeper. In the area of taking care of our home, in the area of cleaning, in the area of cooking, in the area of making the home comfortable for the man. That is, when the man is outside, he's thinking of coming back early. But if we make the home unconducive, if we make the home a wrestling ground, if we make the home a quarrel ground, the man, when he closes from his work, in short, he will tell you, I have extra hours. My boss said I should do extra hours. I want to do extra hours because he's not happy. He doesn't want to come home. We are to keep our home. Not that the man will come home, see just the way he left the plate in the morning is still dirty in the evening. Or when he comes back, he'll begin to go and make food for himself. No. A wife is a helper in every angle, in every area, spiritually, physically, financially, materially, morally. That is, a wife is a helper all round. That is why the Bible says we are helpmates to our husbands. in any which way we can help, in any way at all. I mean, our husband should be able to, when after they work, he should be able to be happy to run back home, to know that there is a helper waiting for him to calm those stress he has gone through, to remove those stress he has gone through, to remove those stress he has gone through. That is a helper in the area financially, that we don't say, right now I'm the one making the money, so I should determine what to use the money for. No. A helper in the area that will say, since you don't have job, I don't care about you anymore. No way. Because it is for better and for worse. You might be the breadwinner at that very moment, opportune to be. Tomorrow you might never be. Tomorrow you might never be. A wife should respect her husband everywhere and always. This one goes both the husband and the wife. Everywhere and always, because the husband is the crown of the wife. So if you don't respect your crown and you present him anyhow to other people, they will kick him. Yeah. If you don't talk well of your husband to people, you don't present him well, they will paint him black. It is what you call him that they will take. If you say he's a stupid man, hey, they say, that's my friend. The husband a very stupid man. Because the wife says a stupid man. But if you present him as the best man on earth, hey, there will be envy of your husband. If you begin to talk down on him, oh my God, people will never see anything good about him. And maybe this is somebody that is talented. Maybe this is somebody that has a lot of things inside of him, that you, the woman, you're supposed to come in, join hands together and make those things, build those things out of him. But because we don't respect, we begin to talk those things down. Every man, just like as our brother said in the first speech, he said, your destiny is inside of you. Every man has something inside of him. That is why we are helper. We are to go there, bring those things, help him to find that those things inside of him and help him to develop it. That is why they always say, behind every successful man, there is always a woman. Why? Because that woman has been able to locate her place. She has seen the good thing inside the man. She has seen the gift. She has seen what the man is carrying. Oh, she opened up her bed and begin to work on it. Begin to work on it. Begin to work on it. It might take time, but at the end, it will surely speak. Everywhere. Not respecting him when people are around. But when we are not alone, hey, I beg, don't do. Or not respecting her when people are around. But when both of you are alone, I beg, you don't start this your nonsense again. No. And another thing we mothers don't know, or fathers don't know, is when you respect your wife in the presence of your children will always respect her. When you respect your husband in the presence of your children will always respect him. No, these are young generation children, these European children. You think they are not listening to you? They are hearing. They are the first amiable. If you don't take your time, before you know, they will sell you, sell your husband, sell your house, and change your top. So that is why we have to respect our husbands, respect our wives, all over, everywhere and every time, no matter what it is. Come rain, come sun, we always have to respect. Not respecting when we are only alone, but when we are with people, but also when we are alone. A wife should love her husband, children, and family members. But don't love your children or your family members more than your husband. Your husband comes first. The husband, the same thing, your wife comes first. before the children. Because without the wife, the children cannot come in. Without the husband, the children cannot come in. So you love your wife first, before the children, before the family members. You love your husband first, before the children, and before the family members. That is, no matter the love we are to love our husband, it should be unconditional, not expecting anything in returns. For example, in the area of performing our duty as wife, some of us, it is when our husband need us in bed, that is when we begin to give excuses. That is when we begin to try to, will you do this thing for me? No, it's not supposed to be like that. We are to love our husband unconditionally, love our children, love our family members, loving our children and knowing when to correct them on time, telling them the right thing to do at the right time. A wife should educate her children well. It is our duty as mothers to educate our children. The man fine is the breadwinner. The man maybe early in the morning he wakes up, pick up his bag, go out to look for what the children will eat, what the wife will eat, how they will survive. At most of the time he's not always there. It is we, the mothers, that are supposed to educate our children, teach them moral conduct, teach them how to behave in the public so that they don't bring shame back to us. Now, supposing it's a mother that is always fighting everywhere, any little thing triggers her to fight. Even when the children are present, what are we teaching our children? That is why most of those children, and at the end, they'll begin to fight in the school. Because they always see their mother fighting. Every time. Any little thing is worrying, sure, they always see her. She always gets annoyed. There is never a time she's happy. Before you don't know those things, before you know, those children will begin to pick it. Before you know, those things are being transferred into those children. They'll begin to behave like that. That is why some people say like mother, like daughter, like father, like son. If we don't exhibit good characters, good behavior, and our children are watching us, we cannot be able to educate them very, very well at all. We cannot be able to educate them very, very well at all. Because they learn from us. Children, they learn from us. Even before they go to school, they learn from us. Because before they leave to begin to go to school, the first few years, they spend it with their mother, they spend it with their father, so they learn from us. It is what they see us do that they do. It is what they hear us say. That is, if we are those people that used to say, that is, like Spanish people, they'll say, hold there. That is why at times you see little children, 2-3 years, any little thing, hold there, any little thing, hold there, because they heard it from their mother or their father. So we should learn on how to educate our children very, very well, teach them good conduct, teach them good characters and good behavior. Now, the next one says, a wife should be patient, tolerant, observant, understanding, and always forgive her husband. This one is very, very wide. Number one, I say a wife should be patient. That one, many of us, we don't have that patience. We don't have that patience. But we are supposed to be very, very patient with our husband. Because this is somebody from another background, and you from another background, coming together. Nobody is perfect. And by coming together, we are trying to come together now to make ourselves perfect. No matter the character, no matter the behavior, we should be patient. Because as we are getting, and if we begin to get annoyed of each mistake the husband makes, he will begin to get annoyed with each mistake we are making too. He's recording us too, as we are recording him. He's seeing our mistake as we are seeing his mistake too. So we have to be very extremely patient. Extremely patient. You know the kind of patient Jesus had. Even when they were nailing him, he was, my God, this is, Bible says this is a man that knew no sin. From 0 age to 33 years, Bible says he never committed any sin. But he came and he died. They flogged him for our sake. Even while they were flogging him, he has the power to call all legions of angels to deal with these people. No, but because of his patience, that's the kind of patience we are supposed to have towards one another, husband and wife. Patience. Marriage is very sweet, but it's the most difficult thing on earth. Very, very difficult. No marriage is perfect. So don't compare your marriage with another person. Don't say, why should I be patient with you? Go and see my friend. The husband is perfect, he's always doing everything. Why should I be patient with you? If you don't want to be patient with the man should not be patient with you too. It's 50-50. Because we ourselves, we have our own too. We are not perfect. We should be patient, not counting error, not counting mistake. That is why before we said the woman should love the man unconditionally, because the Bible says love covers multitude of sin. When you love, you will never see the mistake. You will see, but you will never remember. You will just see it as one of those things. You will never remember it. Mistake will surely come, but we have to be very, very patient. Very, 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 very patient. Because our children, if we can be patient with our children, why can't we be patient with our husband? We have to be patient. Your child will not offend you and you kill him because he has offended you. No. The same thing with our husband. The same thing with our husband. We should be patient. The next one said tolerance. We need to tolerate one another. If not, that marriage will never stand. Any marriage without tolerance, that marriage is not going anywhere. We have to tolerate one another. Be very, very tolerant. The wife should be observant. Always observe your husband. Know when he's happy, know when he's not happy, know when to talk, and know when to do things with him. I mean, as husband and wife, the wife should be the best person that understands the husband most. While the husband should be the best person that understands the wife most. We should be very, very observant. Very, very understanding. When please help me to do this thing. Say, no, right now I don't have strength, I can't do it, just give me time. We should understand. We should understand and bear with him or her. Then the next one says forgive her. This one is till death do us apart. Always forgive. Because if you don't forgive, that is one day you just pack your bag. One day, I'm going. In short, I'm tired of this marriage. Forgive. It is that forgiveness that even renews the marriage. You forgive. What about we? Okay, now today, my husband offends me. Tomorrow, I might be the one to offend him. If I don't forgive him, and I'm not expecting him to forgive me, it can't work out now. It can't work out. Then, a wife is a helper in the area of the man's dream, his vision. Many of us, once we get married, we just think that's just all. We just forget about everything. We never know that we are there as a helper to bring out that man's calling, to help him to develop it, to help him to build it, to help him to refine it, to help him to bring the best out of him. Then another one is a wife should always support, encourage, believe in her husband. Even when other people are talking down on him. Maybe he has a project now. People are telling him, this project is too big or you cannot finish it. My husband, I believe in you. You can do it. You are even more than that. We should always stand solidly behind him, encouraging him. I know you can do it. Don't worry, I'm behind you. You can do it and I know you can do it. Give him that courage. Give him that strength. because maybe other people have stuck him down outside. Now he's not depending on us to talk him up, to lift him up. So if we join those that are talking him down outside to talk him down too, which means you have killed him. Which means you have killed him. So we should not always speak bad of our husband wherever we go. We should always talk good things up, even when he's not behaving fine. Some people will say, for example, how can I give him his place as an authority in the house when he doesn't feed the family, when he doesn't bring money for the children to eat? He's every day sleeping in the house. I'm the one going to look for money. Why should I respect him? No. Even though you are the one at that very moment doing it, you still have to give him his respect, give him his place, give him his authority. Praise the Lord. We've run out of our time. I pray that with this little thing we have learned today, that God will help us to begin to know what to do at the right time, and that God will begin to let this word sink in our hearts.
Amen. When other talk him down, you do what? And you always forgive him. He say whatsoever you call your husband, that's what he is. We need parable way no man yak party or no yak party or something, no man yak way echo. You know what that means? He say who owns plate? If he says it's a useless plate, who doesn't know own it will help him to use it to back dirty. That's a good one. How many of us have learned something? All right. So now it's time for us to learn from you people as well. I pray that the Lord will help us in Jesus' name. Before I start calling us, two topics here. Can somebody help me read the first one? What's the second one? Going back to school at the 21st what? This is the first time we are doing this awareness ministry, Mike Madrid information class. And we're going to be doing it in subsequent time. It's a voluntary thing. This place you've seen, somebody paid for it. With time, if God lays anything in your heart, you are free. If not, whenever God gives us money again, we will rent and we'll call people to come. Yeah. If you know you can develop any of these two topics, I'll write our email there. Our email is mandatoryinformationclass@gmail.com. Send us an email. If you know you can develop, and if you know you can develop any of those two topics, send us an email. And in our subsequent mandatory class, it might be one of the topics that will come in. But we'll have other topics that the Lord will lay in our hearts. But at the moment, if you know you can develop any of these two topics, send us an email. And we'll be very happy to have you as our next speaker. Please, like I said, it's not a crusade. It doesn't mean it has to be a pastor that will come and speak. Brother Ekwe can decide and say that we'll develop in going, start small and grow big. So all we want to see is tell us your life experience. Tell us how you've been able to achieve all these things you've achieved. So if you know you can develop it, keep us the chat and we'll be happy to get you in any of our subsequent episodes. Let's quickly do our question first. Thank you for taking me back. I have a structure I'm following. Thank you so much. You've asked questions before, people that have not asked before. Wife with another woman, is it good for men to do it?
Praise the Lord. It's an interesting topic. They said we shouldn't compare, but we also learn from each other. For example, you have a wife, she's not good in cleaning the house, or she's not good in taking care of the children.
Body of emulation, you can always tell her, look up to this person, and people shouldn't see that as comparison. Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
Yeah.
I think talking like what our brother explained or what she's saying.
Yeah.
All of these things boil down to the tune you use. You can say the right thing.
You talk my mind.
You can say the right thing with the wrong attitude. The wrong thing with the right attitude. So it really matters the tune you use and the situation you are using your words.
Let's put our eyes on that. I won't waste my time. That is exactly what I want to say.
Exactly what I want to say.
Because if your wife is not cleaning plates, she's very dirty, she's not cleaning plates. And if you come back and say, wow, I went to the evangelist house, do you know that as soon as they finish eating, she will just clean all the plates? What are you directly saying to her? You don't directly say that. Do you know that as soon as that woman is hardworking, you tell her, have you ever seen the woman hardworking like this? As they are just eating, she just clean all the plates. And let that woman do this work here herself. You are indirectly. You are passing what?
A message.
Wisdom. The Bible says wisdom is what?
Wisdom is what?
You want to talk on this matter, so?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's hear it. I like it. Is becoming more interesting now.
Praise God.
Hallelujah.
I'm happy to be in this program. And,
Yeah.
I think we are learning.
Yeah.
Just as you said, we are not going to go home smiling home.
No.
Based on what we have learned here, there are many mistakes that has actually touched us in one way or the other. We need to quickly, rectify, like the special grace of God. Like what our sister said, boys don't marry; it is men that marry. And before going into marriage, there is something we call courtship, trying to know dislike and like, because these parties, like what our mama said initially, these people, this man and woman, they are coming from a different background. So it's going to take a very long time for them to understand themselves. And comparison, like what we're saying now, has two ways. There are good things to compare, while there are bad things not to be compared. So depends on the tone and the language that is being used. I cannot imagine myself want to say compare my wife with another person or comparing another person with my wife, because I wouldn't want to go to that direction, because if she does things that is wrong, it's my jurisdiction to just say this thing is wrong. So the idea of coming to compare in the outward back of it will create a chaos in the world.
So you are against that. All right, let's put that together. Now, how does you feel? How does a woman feel when you are being talked down? Let's hear from you.
Alright. He says, I don't know, someone said that if you want to be treated as a woman, you should behave like a woman. I would like to do a reference that says, if you want an angel as a wife, you create an heaven for her to live. That's number one. God is what you give a woman that she gives back to you, except she's a godly woman. If you want an angel as a wife, you must create an heaven for her to live. Because angels don't live on earth, so you create an heaven for her to live. That's number one.
Let's digest this one first.
Coming to the way.
If you need a wife as an angel,
if you want an angel as a wife, you create an heaven for her to live. Because
so in the other way that if you want your wife to be a wife, you need to you are not and okay, fantastic. So carry on.
There's a way you correct a woman. You compare a woman. It's no longer comparison. It looks as if you are showing her the right way to go. That's what the brother says. The mood, the form in which you correct a woman, it's what matters. I will use myself as an example. Being the godly woman that wants my home to work out the best. So there are times that men behave like babies. Bro said, make the boys don't marry. The boys don't marry. It's men that marry. There are times that men behave like boys, men behave like baby. So there are times that a man corrects you in the way that he feels. It not depends on the woman, the way you take it. If you want your home to work, if you react in the same way the woman corrects you, you spoil everything. It's hot when the man compels you. I think the best way you can correct a woman is appreciate her for the things that she's doing right, because that's what you've seen out there. Doing that particular thing you want may not be getting it right the way your wife is getting it right. So you appreciate what she's doing wrong before you tell her to give her what you want her to give back to you. Now, I feel bad when you correct me in the wrong mood. I feel terrible about her. But as a wife that wants my home to work out, I look past the actions, the way you corrected me, and take the message and try to learn. I try to see what the person is doing. I get angry.
Can you phrase that statement again, please?
Yes, I like that one.
The one
Yeah.
you just said now.
Yes,
Starting from
I overlook
the action, the way he answered it, and just take the words from it. Even though I feel hot, I feel terrible about it, I can express my actions later. But definitely that moment, I try to learn what is this person doing. That my husband knows, and I try to get it. Most times people say, I don't know why they don't believe that my home could work because of the way the two different people that we are, because of the way we came. But they come to understand some certain things that they don't know that is the secret inside the house. So the best way I feel, it is wrong to correct a woman in an informal way. But as a woman, if you want your home to work, look past the actions and take the corrections. Then present your request later. You can make him understand.
All right. Let's put that together. I think that was a very powerful one.
Can I say something?
All right, go ahead.
Praise God. I think we have talked well. You see, when we talk about comparison and the mood and everything, we forget the main reason or the main situation at hand. The main situation at hand is that something has gone wrong that wants to be fixed.
Yes, that's what.
And so that is the main situation. Now the presentation could be error, could not be done well, or whatsoever. But the main reason of the encounter should be what we put on the table. The main reason of the encounter should be what we put on the table. So if there is an attitude or if there is a situation that is not done well, and the other partner tries as much as possible to bring it to the table, that is the issue we are treating. And so the other things that go along with it, presentation, mood, and whatsoever, because we are imperfect, we may never be able to be perfect. As you say, we need to create a heaven for the perfection. Then we got to overlook those things. But the things that want to change us, that want to help us to become a better person, we should take that and then work with that. I think when we do that, that is then we are being able to grow to the next level. Or else, both, every one of us, everything, we won't move forward. We won't do anything. So, is it good for a man to compare his wife? He says something. When we're talking about positivity in the issue now at stake, there's nothing wrong with that. Because whenever any man fails to take correction, he's not ready to move on. He's not ready to learn. Whenever you fail to take correction, whenever you fail to and in fact, you are living in a world that there are people with you. And the man that writes a book, he wrote a book because he has seen something and he wants you to get from it. This one is not yet a book. This one is a life thing. If I have gone back to relax, I could write it a book. And when you read it as a book, you may not see the mood. You only see the issue at hand, what I'm addressing, and then it will make sense to you. So let's try to let correction make sense to us, not look at the mood. Because if we look at the mood, we fail to see the correction, and then we can move forward. All right, so that's my.
All right, yes, you were not here. The two of you will talk now. All right. Now the question is, I don't want you to be deliberating on what somebody said. Just deliberate on the question. The question is, how do you feel as a woman? And what would be your reaction? So let's hear from you again. Let's do that quickly. Don't take one time.
Comparing your life with another person. You see, it makes the woman feel, for me, it makes me feel compare me with another woman. It makes me feel worthless of a woman, and it brings that, it's as if I don't know what I'm doing. You can compare as in that's what compare, that's what I don't want to do. There's another way you can draw your wife's attention to that which she's not doing that is wrong. There's another way you can draw your wife's attention to that which this is what you are doing that is wrong. Not by bringing another woman side by side with your wife.
So it brings you down. So what will be your reaction?
My reaction at that very point, for me, it may make me go worst. For me, it's everybody. It may make me go worst. Anything we want to may happen. It may make me go worst. For me, I'm speaking for myself. So that's it. It brings me down and it make me go worst.
It won't bring any positive thing at all. Do it and okay, fantastic. Yeah, let's go, man. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. We are talking about comparing our spouse. I believe no man in this place will like or accept comparison. For your wife to compare you with another man, it blows you up. It brings down your people. Let me stay the stage. If you don't want your wife to compare you with a man that is doing more better than you, don't compare your wife with another woman.
How do you feel, man, when it happens?
I will not like it.
Fantastic. So what will be your reaction?
My reaction that moment, for me, if you compare me with somebody, if you are always telling me, look at this person, look at this person, look at this person, and if I start to copy that person, you don't run from it. Be ready to stand.
To reap what you sow.
Be ready to stand. Because that woman you are telling me to look at this sister, look at this sister. They are good and bad, and she has the good, the bad, the ugly.
You only see the good one.
The inside of her. If you want me to compare her, I might go and copy the young one. I might go and copy everything. Then when I bring it home, you know, you say, this sister don't spoil you. It is not that sister that spoil, it is you that's comparing her with that very lady. And she now says, okay, my husband, maybe my husband like the character of this woman. Let me try to see what is the ability of this woman. What is she up to? Then you now start to maybe befriend her. Then you now start to pick one or two things from her. And guess your wife is not comparing you with the husband of that woman, but you are the one comparing her with the other lady. She now picks some parts of that woman, or she not even do photocopy and bring home. Then you now start to say, oh, this person, no, this, no, that, no, don't go to this house, don't go to that house. This person has spoiled you. No, it is you that push your wife out. Appreciate what your wife have. Appreciate it. Appreciation is very, very, very important. If you tell your wife, thank you, see this word, thank you. Mommy, I love you. Thank you for what you just did. Before she will sacrifice her life for you, you the man will know. Appreciation. Just appreciate the little she can give to you. If you can appreciate the little, she will go more and do more for you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Praise God.
Don't
say something. No, don't repeat. They don't speak now.
I wanted to.
Yeah.
Please, thank you so much. This is a very interesting thing, and I love the way we are discussing it, teaching and learning all the way. So, what I want to say, because I thought I learned something from what she said, but from the area I picked it and the area evangelist picked it, I think it will be more going to the context of what she said. You understand about comparison. When you are addressing, he said something very important after the one I said before. He said that scenario or that thing that happened there, you may not be there to know what happened. Now, assuming a man wants to teach the wife, you like teaching. In every teaching, if you don't make reference, you may not bring the juice out of that thing. And when one has it in his head or her head, you don't compare. When you make a reference, it may not be somebody here, it may be somebody, maybe book, like he said. Somebody was at 10, that was what I said. And when you make a reference to this person, and the other person takes it, I can't do, she's going the negative part of it. Just like I rightly said, there is a positivity in everything. if you really want to take correction so that the issue at hand will be settled, it is better to go to the positive side. Maybe you can still tell him your reference wasn't good or something like that.
All right, before we go now, we enough from the audience, right? So my conclude in 2 minutes, I will leave this topic now and let's get knowledge from each and every one of us.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
We've all said it all. The manner will present issues and the manner will receive issues. Now, that is where the area of observing comes in.
So you just try to agree to some places you are agreeing with.
Okay. You as the man, you know, as the woman is observing you, you as the man, you are supposed to also observe, be observant as your wife too. Observe her, know when she's in good mood, when she's ready to take that correction. When she's in bad mood, please don't throw that correction. She might not take it lightly with you that very moment.
That's another one.
Then, even another thing is understanding. Even when you throw the correction, she refuses to take it and not easy with you. You still have to understand. You still have to tolerate. My God. So, we have to be observant. Observe your wife. Know the mood and throw the correction. Tolerate when she doesn't take it lightly. Understand when maybe she's not in good mood that very moment. Understand and forgive even when she still make mistake upon mistake. It's for better for worse. We are into it already, not turning back. So tolerate, understand,
that was
and
number 8.
Yeah, tolerate, understand, and forgive.
All right, good. Now we're going to take that last question and we'll go straight to personal conclusion. What's the last question?
Yeah, please, I want to ask speaker one question. You said a word. And I wrote that, say who is the wife? Say, how do we take the position of our husband in the home? How do we take the position of our husband? I want to emphasize on that. Okay.
Just
you will not just answer this and we will be done.
Okay. Many a times we wife take the position of the husband in the home by not taking the decision where the man was supposed to take the decision. By not obeying the man, where the man does not want us to go, that is where we are going. For example, we are helper. We can support in the idea, but not making the full decision. When you make the decision, you are not the man of the house. You have taken his position. When, for example, that very moment you are not the breadwinner, you say, I'm the one working, bringing the money, I should be able to decide what the money should be used for. Maybe he has drawn out a very beautiful plan for the money. You say, because I am the one working the money, I should be able to dictate what the money should be used for. You have not taken the man's position. When the man both of us draw out a plan, we both agree. Not what, no, don't just talk. Just leave it for me. Is it your money? It's not your money, it's my money.
So what you're trying to say is that when the woman started doing what the man is supposed to do,
yes, you're taking the man's position.
Are you alright with that?
Now, please, let me try to say something. You see, I said something sometime. I said that men abuse women.
Yes.
That's true. Financially. When man becomes breadwinner, he provides everything for the woman, he abuses the woman. That's true.
More often than not. Not every woman does it.
Man abuse.
More often than
But I have an opinion. That's personal opinion. And I don't know if that's true. I said, if woman becomes breadwinner, they abuse more than the man. Because I said that's my personal opinion.
Yeah.
Men abuse because they have money. They maltreat the woman. But when a woman becomes the breadwinner, the numbers that abuse are more than the men that abuse.
Your opinion is statistics.
Yeah, that's my opinion.
You know what?
Why do I say so?
Yeah.
Why do I say so?
Wait.
Because that's what you try to say now. When a woman has money, she wants to dictate for the what they do with the money.
But not all women does it.
Not all. We're just talking about there's a plan, there's a goal. And probably the man wants the woman to let them join him to achieve that. The woman, because she knows that she's playing a role, she now decides to want to dictate
more.
Now what the man is trying to say, no more counts.
Alright.
So everything dies off. So you are taking a position there.
Alright. Now let's take things home. right? So, Ma, we'll start from you. 2 minutes.
Okay.
What if you're going to chip in from all the topics, or you just want to have a personal thing to say?
I'm going to chip in on who is the wife.
Yeah, okay.
I wrote some, just a short note that all girls are women.
Yeah.
All girls are women, but not all women are wives. Why did I say so? There's a characteristic of a wife, of a good wife. All girls, if you are born, you are a female, you are a woman, but that doesn't make you to be a wife. The same thing to all men. If you are born, you are a male child, you are a man, but that doesn't make you to be a husband. To be a husband or to be a wife, mostly to be a wife, you must first of all get married to somebody before you get married to your husband. And who is that person? You must first of all get married to the Lord, which is Jesus. If you get married to Jesus, when I said you must first of all get married to Jesus, because the Lord can wake you up any time of the day and say, I want to talk to you. Let's have some conversation. You will not say you're tired. You will not say, oh, I worked throughout the day, allow me to sleep. I'm so tired. I need a long rest. So leave me, please, allow me to sleep. So if you can marry to the Lord, first let that be your first love, let him be your first husband, then you can tolerate and get married to your husband. Then you can be a good wife. Because your husband can wake you by 1 o'clock, by 2 o'clock, by 3, any time of the day, and say you want to have conversation with you. You will not say no. I've been working since morning, I'm tired, so I need to rest. So as a good woman, you want to be a wife, get married to Jesus so that you can really find a godly, fearing man for you to get married to. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Right, good. So, just to let you know, these are not question and answer. These are just people trying to give you 1 or 2 things. All right. Who is set to go?
Set to go.
You are set to go. No, let's just give whoever is set to go.
Personally, understanding in life is not for you to understand. It's not for a father to understand his son, or a son to understand his father. It's not for a wife to understand a husband. Or when we talk about understanding in a relationship, we should know that we are talking about understanding the way life goes. Myself, I don't understand myself. So life is uncertain. Who can you understand? You cannot understand everybody. Like you talk about mood, when you're in a good mood, I come to you. But my coming to you might put you in a bad mood. You think I understand you so much that I catch on you on a good mood, but my coming to you with what I want to tell you might put you now in a bad mood. So
what do you have to tell us about understanding now?
Generally, understanding is not to understand anything. You might just understand the way life goes. When it comes good, that's the way life goes. When it comes bad, that's the way life goes. Because we are living in a world of multi-choice.
All right.
And multi-action, multi-everything.
All right. Who is set to go? All right.
Praise the Lord. I want to chip in something in the issue evangelist raised about savings. And our brother asked a question. So he asked, how can I be working and saving the money? It's like slavery. I work, I can't eat. Now, I wanted to chip in something that time, and when you gave me this opportunity, I want to pay it out now. Everyone here, if you are above 30 or 40, you are a millionaire. You have touched millions with your hands. And when he's talking about saving, he's not saying you work and you pack all of them and put in one pot and stay hungry. That is then enslaving yourself. But savings comes a little thing you take out. Every one of us has touched a lot of money. If they calculate money you have touched since your birth for you now, you will be amazed. But how we handle it is what matters. So many of us, let me give an example now. We are living in marriage. For people who are doing business or other things, money might come boom. But be that you can be that millionaire without money coming boom or winning a lot. One, if you are working and you receive salary of 1,500 and you decide to keep out 500 euros every month, in a year you have 6,000 euros. In 10 years you have 60,000 euros. So if you came to Malaga and started working, in 10 years you can boast of 60,000 euros, which costs you nothing, because some people don't even earn up to 1,000 and they live on it. So if you decide to live, you can live on 1,000 and save that 500. And if you discipline yourself and keep saving it, in years to come you have something. Imagine something, you want to leave Malaga now and you, after 10 years and you have 60,000. Pastor, am I doing bad? But because we haven't been taught all these things, money that comes in is going anyway, and nobody teaches us to discipline ourselves to live that life of saving. And that was exactly what he was saying. But because of lack of time, he may not elaborate on it. So saving, you can be saving 10 euro every day. When you begin to calculate it, you see millions after some years. People go pension, you can pay yourself for pension, just like he said, tithes. If you start from, maybe we are taught all these things. Some of us live in deficit. You start you have acquired so much bills and all those things, you paying it off and all those things. So imagine if you start early to save, before you get to your 40s or 50s, you might have hundreds of thousands packed and saved just from saving 10 euros. People using cigarette.
So what we are saying now, that if you can even save 250 euros and you are 40 years now, when you are 60, you have
too much money to keep.
Because the topic of the topic was regret
at 60. So that
regret at 60. At least after 60, 65, that's retirement age. You see a lot of people like their spouse going for vacation. You know, after retirement, they have worked all their lives. So the time to enjoy their fortune is from that age. When you didn't save,
you don't have anything to enjoy.
You don't have anything to enjoy. That's regret.
Fantastic. Let's put that together. So we have so many people that can deliberate on that your topic. Yes, sir. All right, ma'am. Let's come inside.
To just give a little advice based on the two subjects. Being a wife doesn't necessarily mean that you must be that you just depends on your outward. You must always learn to go back, recognize your weakness, and always go back to someone that can make the best out of your weakness. Don't always forget to go back to God to mold you to fit into the husband's vision. Always go back to God. That's my key. Correct my characters. You know, when you pray, God, change this person in this area. God may decide to change you, change you to change that person. Perhaps the way the person asks you questions and the way you respond may change the person's approach next time. So my advice is always go back to God to mold you and build your characters. And you can't give what you don't have. If you must love your spouse and love your husband, love your children, you must first of all know what is love. You must know the definition of love, and that's this definition is in 1 Corinthians 13. Love is long-suffering. So if you don't know the meaning of love, you can't give it, because you can't give what you don't have. In the area of 60s, regret at 60s, despite all that we have been taught here, most of us have realized in one way or the other that we have made mistakes. We have made mistakes in one way or the other. But don't lean on your past errors. Take it as a challenge. It is never too late to start again. It is never too late to start making it right. Though it may take a more effort than it should at the time you were supposed to do it, but you will still get there as long as you are waking up to go to pursue it and go with it.
All right, who's set to go?
Praise God.
Hallelujah.
The topic says regret at 60.
Avoid
regret at 60. I want to chip in this by saying there is a hole that is being built between a man and a woman. So I would say the man has to love the wife. The wife has to love the man, so that there will be no regrets at 60. In the sense that there are some families, the men love the children more than their wife. It's not supposed to be like that, because at 60, all these children, they are no longer with the man. So definitely they've gone on their own way. So if the man does not show that wife the real love from the beginning, there's an error at 60. Because I live in a house, my neighbor, the man is about 70 now, the wife is about 60 now. I've never seen their children around there. So the man is very sick now. I see the woman helping the man. I said, this man, they don't get children. I have. So I begin to see, you see. So what I'm trying to chip in here is that women, we need to do more love to our wife, and we, the wife, we need to do more love to our husband.
For us to sustain 60. So let's hear from you.
A wife is a builder, as you rightly said, but it's a two different things. It's another thing to build, and I will always say a wife is not just a builder, but a sustainer. It's another thing to build.
And to sustain what you have built.
There are so many people that have built over the years as a wife, but they are not there to sustain it. So as a wife, we are all here. So I want us to go home with this mentality. You know, they're always telling us the wife is a builder, a wife is a builder. We should also go home with the mentality that a wife is not just a builder alone, but a sustainer of that which you have built. So that at the end, at 60,
how can we sustain? What does we mean to sustain it?
We can sustain what
is needed.
To start maintaining is just as when you build a house. After building a house, you've labored, you've done everything for the house, and now you are seeing a crack in the house. You just want to go.
So it goes back to the number 8. You still need to be observant.
Yeah.
You still need to be
sustain,
patient.
yeah, to sustain your marriage.
You still need to tolerate.
To sustain your marriage and all that. So
the other person will not come and
build already.
Okay. Most of the motivational speaker and those talking about the two preferences from the Bible in their word. So regarding this topic of saving, Proverbs 20:21 said, the man who tries to be good, Proverbs 21:20, the wise man saves for the future, but the foolish man spends whatsoever he gets. Very simple. Even the Bible lets us know, we are not designed to make it succeed. The Bible says you should work so that you'll be able to give, because that's the principle in the kingdom of God for prosperity. So we work, especially now in Spain. The work is just to keep you there. If you think you're going to work nothing, you're going to live a difficult life. So the purpose of work is to be able to use it as a stepping stone. Like he said saving. And the topic really said not saving or investing, two things. There's a possibility of saving. You can save this money you save for, you said, about 60 years. Maybe for 59 years, calamity came and take all the money you saved. What happened? So there are other means beyond that. So as you are saving, there's another way of investing. Investing in things. Because now the world is changing. Messi and others, they no longer play football alone. They have businesses all over. And in addition to the word of God, cast your bread upon many waters. So it's not just if you are working now. Even this 10 euro, you keep it. While you are keeping, like our brother said, look for what to do. In addition, how to do it. Now most of us, we just send money to people. I used to do that. In Nigeria, this one have problem, you give it. You don't think that way. You need to succeed. What you do, try to solve problems that will be of a blessing to you. For example, my younger sister lost the husband. They drove her out of house. So I have to set up a business for her that will help her, in return helping me. So from the investment, you can also be a blessing to others. So at the end, in a year, with just less than 100,000, there is always, you can have little cheap business all over in Nigeria. in a year you can be involved in many things. So I'm not saying if Mama always succeed because it's difficult to find trustworthy person. But my main purpose was to help her. In most cases, with God's prayer, God can bless those things and you get in return. So we save in cash, we save in investing in people for free and in people in return to bless you.
Fantastic. I will learn something. All right, yeah, difference. Let's hear you, bros, before Brian.
In number 7 of who is a wife, she said a wife should educate her children. Yes, and also the husband can also and should also educate her children. How? Because yes, even though he goes to work and comes back late, sometimes he do have a holiday of 1 month, and at the weekend, with that period of time, he can also educate his children, and they can learn 1 or 2 things from him.
Let's move that. I think you just answer his question. That man is going directly to you. So you just hear the answer from your mouth. Let's move that together. That was fast. Yeah? You go weekends, you go holidays.
You want to try.
This is interesting. It is not interesting. Yeah.
Well, praise the Lord. I would say, thank God I didn't miss the opportunity of coming here today because, I came late and it's getting interesting for me. I wish maybe we could just add an extra 1 hour to it because we're just learning. I know it's not possible because we're learning. And if something like this should come up again, if I'm opportune and I'm in Malaga, most definitely I will be present. All the topics, they are all interesting, both from avoid the risk at 60 and who's a wife. For me, I'm married, so my marriage is still young. So I wish my wife was here to hear the part of who is a wife. So I really don't have more to say. So I just want to appreciate the organizers and the job well done. Thank you.
Our time is already off now. I want to appreciate everyone that is here, and I believe this is a good thing. It's not a matter of you just hearing, you can't contribute. This is, I call it a family meeting. This is like a family meeting. If we can be having this kind of family meeting once in every 3 months, let's hear from ourselves, let's hear review. I believe that will be very perfect. Yeah, so it's very good. So I so much appreciate your time, and anytime we go to do it again, we have your emails. That's why we say we should register. We have your email and phone numbers. We'll contact you, and I believe we will move forward from there. So speakers, 30 seconds, each of you. 30 seconds, what do you have to say? Ladies first.
Okay, let me talk now.
30 seconds. Ladies first.
Okay.
You can appreciate, it doesn't mean it's all about your topic. You want to, it's appreciation, if it's vote of thanks.
I just want to use the opportunity to thank the organizers, everybody that came for this class today. I personally, I was blessed and I learned a lot of things that I'm going to put right. So I say, may God richly bless you guys and give you guys more wisdom to organize more things like this, because this is what Malaga people will need. I'm not talking of other places because I don't know, I've not been to other places. Where I'm living here is Malaga. This is what we need at this particular time, an awareness to open people's eyes, because we have long been living in dark. So this is the time for our eyes to be open, for us to know what we are doing, where we are going, and what we need, because we are not getting any younger. So may God bless you richly in Jesus' name.
Amen.
So praise God. Thank you so much. Remember, the forest is in the seed, and it is not the seed that's in the forest. And remember, your yesterday was once your what? Your future. And your future will one day become a yesterday. So thank you so much. God bless you.
Alright, so we are wrapping up. I'm going to call Brother Murphy to give us a closing prayer. And before he does that, I want us to help me to appreciate this man, Mr. Ivy. It's a free will donation. We have this box here. Anything you want to contribute to help us, not this one has been paid for, maybe next one, or to help fix up things, you are very free. Before you go, drop it there. It's not mandatory.
No, I think it's good if you get something. This very one will do something. I'll give you 20 euro to subsidize this one.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
This one, the next one.
Yeah,
I'm working on that one soon.
Alright, good. That was a good one. So God bless you. Let's start. Right, Evangelist Murphy, please pray for us as we go.
In Jesus' name.
Amen.
In the mighty name of our Lord Jesus.
Amen.
Father, Lord, we thank you for an opportunity to gather together like this. Papa, we appreciate you how you brought us here safe. Papa, we appreciate you for how we started peacefully and now we are ending peacefully. Papa, we give you all the glory and may all the honor be to your name in Jesus' name. Amen. Father, as we have gathered, Papa, the Bible says wisdom is the principal thing. Papa, we have come to learn wisdom. Papa, may all the words that we have learned today, Papa, never be in vain in the name of Jesus. Holy Ghost, we ask as we are living here, go with us. You are the best teacher. Papa, we ask you to begin to teach us. We may not have presented it well. We may not have spoken, but you know the right word to use. You know the right button to press. Papa, as we live here, continue the teaching in us. Continue to impact in us. Papa, continue to direct us. The Bible said the footsteps of the righteous are ordered by you. Papa, order our footsteps through what we have learned today. May we be the doers and not only hearers alone, Papa. And the Bible said, Papa, as the sower was sowing the seed, some fell on the ground and the evil birds took them away. And hanging around to use one confusion or anything to steal away the information which we have learned today, we come against them in the name of Jesus. We cover all that we have learned here with the blood of Jesus. Papa, we ask that this word will stand the test of time. When the trouble, because the test of it will come. When the test will come, Papa, teach us how to use it rightly. Papa, and may this word not stand against us on the judgment day. Instead, let it be a word to vindicate us because we have come to learn from you. Thank you for this word. And those who have organized it, Papa, I ask that more wisdom be given to them. Papa, I ask that there will be more support, Papa, for people in Malaga, Papa, for their awareness to be created, Papa. Papa, help those, touch those who will support, so that at the end all glory will be to you and we your people will be blessed. In Jesus' mighty name we have prayed.
Let's share the grace.
Grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, love of God, and the sweet fellowship of the Holy Spirit, rest and abide with us now forevermore. Amen. God bless us all the days of our lives.